Hello students, from this week we are going to start another unit of ICSE biology, that is the nervous system and sense organ. Why human being is considered as the most creative and most intelligent organism on this earth? The basic reason is we have well developed nervous system and sense organ. Because of nervous system and sense organ, we are able to coordinate with the outer environment. We are able to coordinate inside different activities of our body. Now, in this unit, we are going to discuss how we can memorize a thing, how we can learn the different things, how we can put the logic behind certain things. Now, the entire process of control and coordination is divided into two systems. One is nervous system and one is endocrine system. Let's first understand why control and coordination system is required. See, when we were our ancestors, or when we were in the unicellular form, like say example of amoeba, in that we need to coordinate with the outer environment only, but there was no requirement of the coordination between the two cells. ओके एक ही सेल है, उसी के अंदर सारा कोऑर्डिनेट करना है आउटर एनवायरनमेंट से भी. तो इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट दे आर नॉट हैविंग नर्वस सिस्टम, दे आर not having well developed nervous system, they are not having neuron, that's true, but they have some system by which, because of that, they are able to coordinate with the outer environment. See, on this earth there is no organism at all which cannot coordinate with the environment, because if they are not able to coordinate with the environment, means they are not able to coordinate any of the activity. If the animal is not able to coordinate with the outer environment, how the animal can find out its food, how he can or she it can protect itself from the enemy. So that is the important part of our body. Now, for control and coordination in human being, we have two kind of system. One is nervous system and one is endocrine system. In nervous system, the first part we have, one is brain and the another one part is spinal cord. Now, this brain is the most important part of our body. Brain consists of forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain, and it is the upper region of our body where lot of control and coordinations occur, where the memories, intelligence, creativity are regulated. The another part is spinal cord. Now, spinal cord is the part which is below the brain, and it helps in coordination of reflex action. Now, what is a reflex action? I will just give a brief. The reflex action is the action which is very quick and involuntary and spontaneous action. When you pick out your hand, when you touch something hot, that is a reflex action. The another system is endocrine system. Now, what is endocrine system? Endocrine system is the system which consists of endocrine glands, and endocrine glands are the glands which produce hormones. Now, what is the hormones? Which produce hormones. Hormones are chemical messenger. Chemical messenger means they are able to carry message from one cell to another cell through chemicals. And if we compare the structure, or if we compare the working of nervous system and endocrine system, that we can say that nervous system carry message in the form of electrical impulses. So nervous system में जो message जाएंगे वो electrical impulses के form में जाते हैं. Okay. While in case of endocrine system, the message transmit in the form of chemicals. So this is one of the difference. The another difference is in nervous system neurons are there, in endocrine system hormones are there. We are going to discuss all these things in detail later on. Now let's understand how this nervous system was originate. Control and coordination करके system क्या हमारे जो ऑर्गेनिजम्स थे, लाइक मल्टी सेलुलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स की हम बात करें, इन केस ऑफ पोरिफेरा, डू वी हैव फ्रॉम देयर? So in porifera there is no nervous system, in porifera there is no neurons, but they have a system which can respond to stimuli. So it's not necessary that if you are responding for any stimuli, then you should have a proper neurons. Without neurons, you can respond to stimuli, like in case of porifera sponges के अंदर कोई neurons नहीं होते हैं, but they are responding towards the outer environment. We have neurons in case of hydra. सबसे पहले न्यूरॉन्स जो हैं वो हाइड्रा से ही शुरू होते हैं, एंड इन हाइड्रा देयर इज अ नेटवर्क ऑफ न्यूरॉन्स. एक न्यूरॉन्स का नेटवर्क होता है, एंड as we proceed from neuron hydra to worms or to chordata group, the structure of neuron is getting complex phylum to phylum. Now, what are the components of nervous system? For the components of nervous system, the first component of nervous system is neuron. What is neuron? Neuron is a specialized cell which helps in carrying of message from one cell to another cell. So neuron main structural and functional unit है nervous system का, which is present inside the brain, which is present inside the spinal cord. Now the another part is nerves. Now what is the nerves? Nerves are made up of bundle of axon which are enclosed in a sheath. See, this is the axon. Just hold on, students. Okay, there is a number of axon. Okay, I'm not able to draw. I don't know what happened here, but let's understand. When we are having number of neurons, okay, and neuron consists of two parts. One is cyton and one is axon. And when we have a number of axon together, and all not like this, not like this. Just hold on, bachcho. Okay. These are the number of axons, and when these number of axons are bind inside a one sheath, एक another sheath के अंदर ये enclosed होते हैं, that forms the nerve. इस पूरे structure को हम क्या बोलेंगे? Nerves बोलेंगे. So nerve क्या है? Nerve is the bundle of number of axon. ये number of axon का एक जो bundle बनता है, that is called nerve, which is enclosed in a sheath. Now, what is a stimulus? Stimulus is a change in external and internal environment. When we respond for the stimulus, that is our main component of or main response of nervous system. What is the stimulus now? Stimulus is a change in external and internal environment. Like when you saw some lion, and after that you ran from there, that lion is a stimulus. When you are in school and you saw some teacher in a classroom or in a corridor, when you are passing from the corridor and you saw a teacher, so you respond to the teacher or you greet the teacher. So the teacher is a stimulus and your greetings are response. This is the external stimulus. Internal stimulus, when you feel hungry, it is an internal stimulus. When you feel thirsty, it is an internal stimulus. When you feel some pain or some sensation in your body, that is an internal stimulus. Now, for every stimulus, we respond. And what is the response? Response is a change of activity, or the response is the action towards the change, whether it was external stimulus or it was the internal stimulus. Like when you saw a teacher in corridor, you wish that teacher, you greet the teacher, that is your response. You say good morning, teacher. That is your response. Okay. When you feel hungry, you eat something. That is your response. Now, excitability or ability of a nerve cell to respond. There are not many stimulus. Sometimes we say something which is very slow in voice, and you are not getting that what ma'am is saying. That stimulus is not able to make the cell excitable so it can respond. So it means the excitability of that stimulus is poor or that nerve is poor, you can say. Sometimes we say something that, okay, bring 1 glass of water, and you heard it properly, you respond for that, it was audible, your body was able to respond. That means that nerve is able to respond for a particular stimulus. That is called excitability. Now, let's understand what are the functions of nervous system. Nervous system helps in regulation of involuntary actions. What are involuntary actions? Involuntary actions are the actions which are not under your control. Like heartbeat, it is involuntary actions. Digestion of food is involuntary action. Excretion is involuntary actions. And sweating is involuntary actions. So all these actions are controlled under the nervous system. Regulation of voluntary actions. Voluntary actions are the actions which are under your will. Like you walk, that is voluntary actions. You speak, that is your voluntary action. Right now you are watching your this video, that is a voluntary actions. So that all can be controlled by nervous system. So if you are not enjoying, you can switch off this or you can pause this video right now. And if you are enjoying, you can continue. It helps us to think, it helps us to remember, it helps us to logic, with the creativity, and it keeps us informed about the outer environment. That what kind of environment is there, what kind of the informations are there. But if we feel cold, we respond for that. If we feel hot, we respond for that. If we see something and that is a danger for us, we run from there. That is also our response, and that all is controlled by nervous system. Okay. Now, to perform all these activities of the nervous system, we have different kind of neurons on the basis of their function. Basically, we have three kind of neurons. One is sensory neuron, another one is motor neuron, and the third one is interneuron. Now, one by one, we will understand each and every part of the neuron. Let's first understand what is a sensory neuron. Sensory neuron are the neuron which carry message from sense organ or from receptor to central nervous system. Suppose this is your hand, ये आपका hand है, which touch with a hot plate, जो एक hot plate से touch हो जाता है, okay, and this message was transmitted with the help of sensory neuron. This is your hand, and from your hand this message transmit to sensory neuron. These are the nerve endings. Okay. Now this sensory neuron, वैसे यहाँ नहीं होगा, जनरली यहाँ पे होते हैं, इसमें डेंड्राइट्स होते हैं, तो वहां से जाता है मैसेज, एंड देन इट ट्रांसमिट इट टू इंटरन्यूरॉन. इंटरन्यूरॉन विल इंटरप्रिटेट द लॉजिक कि अभी जो भी काम है उसके लिए मुझे क्या करना है, क्या एक्शन लेना है, एंड इट विल गिव द कमांड टू मोटर न्यूरॉन, एंड मोटर न्यूरॉन विल कैरी मैसेज फ्रॉम सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम टू इफेक्टर ऑर्गन कि भाई ये काम है और आपको इस काम को ऐसे करना है. देखिए, now what is the central nervous system? Central nervous system includes two parts. One is the brain and one is the spinal cord. Okay, and sensory neuron, motor neuron, and interneuron are the different kind of the neuron which helps in transmission of message from one part to another part. Interneuron are also known as association neuron because they helps in association between sensory neuron and motor neuron. So what is sensory neuron? Sensory neuron are the neuron which carry information or impulses to the brain and the spinal cord, that is to the central nervous system. They are also known as afferent fibers. इनको हम क्या कहते हैं? Afferent fibers भी कहते हैं. This part is also known as afferent fibers. Afferent fibers means afferent, those carry message from one part to another. ये यहाँ से मैसेज को लेके जाते हैं. That's why they are known as afferent fibers. Interneuron are the neurons which are typically multipolar. Multipolar means ये multipolar होते हैं जिनमें बहुत सारे poles निकले होते हैं और बहुत सारे fibers निकले होते हैं, बहुत सारी processes निकली होती हैं. That's why they are known as multipolar. इसलिए इनको multipolar कहते हैं. Interneuron are always multipolar. What they do? They transmit the impulse from central nervous system to motor neurons. ये यहाँ से impulse को motor neuron में भेजेंगे. And from motor neuron, impulse will transmit to the effector organ. That's why these motor neurons are known as efferent neurons. We have done efferent and efferent term in case of kidney also. When kidney में जो blood लेके आते हैं उनको efferent arteriole कहते हैं, and the arteriole which carry blood back from the kidney are known as efferent arteriole. So similarly we have afferent and efferent neurons also. Now on the basis of branches we have three different kind of neurons. Multipolar neurons, we have bipolar neurons, we have unipolar neurons. Now multipolar neurons, bipolar neurons and unipolar neurons. अभी multipolar neurons तो अभी हमने पढ़ा भी था कि multipolar neurons क्या होते हैं. Interneurons are multipolar neurons generally. Now multipolar neurons are the neurons which are divided into number of branches, जो बहुत सारी branches में divide होते हैं. देखिए, these are the branches, these are the dendrites. ये बहुत सारे dendrites में divide हैं. And this is the long thread that is called axon. This is known as multipolar neuron. This one is bipolar neuron. In bipolar neuron, this is the cell body. This area is cell body, and cell body is further divided into two parts. सेल बॉडी से दो एक्सटेंशन होती हैं, मतलब सेल बॉडी डिवाइडेड नहीं है, बट सेल बॉडी से देयर आर टू एक्सटेंशन. दिस इज अ सेल बॉडी and one extension is this dendrite, and the another one is axon. This one is axon. So dendrite is then divided into small branches. ये आगे जाके small branches में, इसको multipolar नहीं कहेंगे. इसको multipolar इसलिए नहीं कहेंगे क्योंकि साइटोन से तो सिर्फ दो ही branches निकली हैं. That's why it will consider as a bipolar neuron. The next one is unipolar neuron. In unipolar neuron, we have two parts. One is cyton and one extension is there. Only one extension is there. Look here, this one is, hold on. This is cyton. I am not able to choose a color. I don't know what is the problem today. This is the cyton, this one part. And then we have one extension that is called axon. अब ध्यान से देखिए, cyton से सिर्फ एक ही part निकल रहा है, that is called its branch, and then it is divided into further parts. उसके बाद में वो divided है, but majorly तो क्या है, उसमें से सिर्फ एक ही division है. That's why it is called unipolar. इसको हम बोलते हैं unipolar neuron. Okay. Now in case of unipolar neuron, one cell body, then one extension, then one extension is divided into two parts. So these are these are the extensions, but यहाँ से एक ही extension है, that's why it is considered as unipolar neuron. Now, it's not spinal cord, it is spinal cord with different neurons. How spinal cord helps or how spinal cord works. See, there is a diagram in which one of the hand is come in contact with a burning matchstick. This is a burning matchstick, and when you come in contact with the burning matchstick, that message is transmitted with the help of sensory neuron to spinal cord, and in spinal cord there are interneurons. These interneurons send the message back to motor neuron, and from motor neuron message goes to effector part. जो पार्ट इफेक्ट हो रहा है उस पार्ट में मैसेज जाएगा, और जो जिस पार्ट में मैसेज जा रहा है वहां से ये मैसेज कहाँ जाएगा, ये उस इफेक्टर पार्ट में जाएगा, एंड इफेक्टर पार्ट विल मूव द हैंड इन रिस्पॉन्स. वो अपना रिस्पॉन्स में हैंड को मूव कर लेगा. तो व्हाट इज द स्टिमुलस हियर? द स्टिमुलस हियर इज दिस पार्ट, दिस कैंडल, burning matchstick or candle is the stimulus, and you remove your hand, that is your response. ये आपका क्या है? Response है. So this is the sensory neuron which carry message from this hand. So this is the efferent neuron और sensory neuron एक ही बात है. Then it gives the message to interneuron or association neuron. Association neuron carry the command and passes this command through motor neuron, or this neuron is known as efferent neuron, to effector part, and effector part move the hand in response of this. Now let's see the structure of neuron. This is the structure of neuron. So let's understand the basic structure of neuron. This part is nucleus, and this is the cell body. Now what is the cell body? Cell body which consists of main parts, जो इसके मेन पार्ट्स को कैरी करता है. सेल बॉडी इज ऑल्सो नोन एज पेरिकैरियन. व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड पेरिकैरियन? इट इज कॉल्ड पेरिकैरियन बिकॉज पेरी मतलब चारों तरफ, कैरियन मीन्स न्यूक्लियस. द पार्ट विच इज अराउंड द न्यूक्लियस इज नोन एज पेरिकैरियन. ओके. सेल बॉडी इज ऑल्सो नोन एज सोमा बिकॉज सोमा मीन्स some body part. Okay. From cell body, small extensions are arise, and these small extensions are called dendrites. These small extensions are called dendrites. Dendrites are to receive the message. Here, look here. Dendrites are to receive the message, which carry message from remote areas to cell body. जो remote areas से message को cell body के अंदर लेकर आएंगे, ये एरिया में आपको दिखाया हुआ है. From cyton, मैसेज विल ट्रांसमिट टू एक्सॉन. साइटोन से मैसेज कहाँ जाएगा? एक्सॉन में जाएगा, एंड फ्रॉम एक्सॉन मैसेज विल ट्रांसमिट टू डिफरेंट पार्ट्स. ओके. नाउ from axon this message will transmit, and the message will transmit to axon terminals. On axon terminals we have some transmitters which helps in converting the message into the nerve impulses. See, whenever we are talking about the transmission of nerve impulses, so we are not talking about the something which is in the written form, or which is in the form of email, or which is in the form of some voice record or like that. We are talking about something which is transmitted in the form of nerve impulses, and nerve impulses is the इलेक्ट्रिकल रिस्पॉन्स. वो एक इलेक्ट्रिकल केमिकल रिस्पॉन्स है. ओके. सो फ्रॉम हियर, फ्रॉम एक्सॉन मैसेज विल ट्रांसमिट टू एक्सॉन टर्मिनल्स. एक्सॉन टर्मिनल्स पे जाएंगे. सो व्हाट इज एक्सॉन? एक्सॉन इज द कंडक्टिंग फाइबर. एक्सॉन इज द कंडक्टिंग फाइबर. दिस एक्सॉन इज कवर्ड विथ माइलिन शीथ. ये माइलिन शीथ से कवर्ड है. Now what is a myelin sheath? Myelin sheath एक insulating fatty layer है that speeds transmission, जो एक तो ट्रांसमिशन की स्पीड को बढ़ाता है, एज वेल एज इट हेल्प्स इन प्रोवाइडिंग द इंसुलेशन. ये इंसुलेशन प्रोवाइड करने में भी हेल्प करता है. ओके, व्हाट इज अ नोड ऑफ रेनवियर? नोड ऑफ रेनवियर क्या है? नोड ऑफ रेनवियर इज अ पार्ट वेयर माइलिन शीथ इज नॉट प्रेजेंट. जहां पर माइलिन शीथ प्रेजेंट नहीं है, दैट पार्ट इज नोन एज नोड ऑफ रेनवियर. Now, inside this myelin sheath, some schwanzes are also present. Schwanzes are the cells which helps in the formation of myelin sheath. We are going to discuss the structure in detail in next video also. So, for this video, I want to discuss this much only because this is the intro video for this chapter. After that, we are going to discuss lot many things. We are going to discuss the structure of neuron in detail. We are going to discuss the structure of brain, spinal cord, eye, ear. So keep in touch for this chapter because this chapter is very interesting and very important. At least 10 to 15 marks, or this time so I am very sure for 15 marks weightage is there for from this chapter. So stay tuned with us. Till then, take care. Goodbye.